I'm Maria Smith. I'm a Wajawalik woman from Horsham.
I come from the Kamilaroi tribe. My mum was born in Corindai, New South Wales, and she's the Aboriginal mum of my family.
My name's Lynn Briggs. I'm a Yorta Yorta Wiradjuri woman.
I'm a descendant of the Yorta Yorta. I'm 52 years of age.
Come from Kamagunja, from the Stolen Generation. Removed from my family when I was 5 and came back to my community when I was 19.
I'm an Aboriginal woman and I'm also gay.
A group of us women have always talked about having a women's business area to go to and to be able to sit around and yarn and heal, but have it more that's our way, for us as Aboriginal women.
I used to just sit home every day by myself, blinds down, curtains down, afraid to go outside, afraid to meet people. Now I've got all these women at this group that are just beautiful, and I love them all, and can easily pick up a conversation with them. Before, I never used to socialise at all. I wouldn't socialise. I was too scared to socialise. Now, it's like coming to the group. It's just something I look forward to every week.
I just can't explain the importance of this group, what it means to each one of us, and we all have such different walks in life.
I seem to come here at the weakest moments of my life. If I didn't come here at bottom rock, I'd have nowhere to go. And if I were to go to an elder or friends and family, in today's society, everyone's got so much problems, I can't be bothered listening to you.
Even though we've all got our stories and our heartaches of our journey, but just coming here and seeing the women and building strength from each other, and just so loved that, we've got a circle where we can sit around and tell our stories and share our stories.
If people have got problems or issues, it's like, well, maybe, if you try this or you do that or whatever. So the healing, sometimes the solving of the issues and the problems is actually done by the women around the group.
All the women that come to this group believe that we take our hats off at the door. When we come into the circle, we come in as women ourselves. We're not attached to any sort of working positions. We're not attached to any sort of family groups. We come in just to be together as women, to share and to do some of our healing for ourselves. And every individual brings a different idea about what that healing is. But we all allow in the space women to be who they want to be and do it the way they want to do it.
When you go to counselling, you've got one-on-one counselling, and it's all about you. And when you're here with the women, it's about all the women, their ups and their downs. So you're not alone, you don't feel alone anymore. You feel like, okay, I'm not the only one that's got troubles. And and I really admire that, and I love the respect of the women and how we keep things confidential, like sit at the table and in the circle, stays in the circle, and
When you open up within the group and just sitting there and watching, we do a bit of art and craft stuff, or we'll just sit around and have a yarn what's happening in our lives, and what wonderful things too. It's not just about sitting around having tears and everything, but we also talk about the wonderful things that are happening in our lives, or the funny things that have occurred, and there's no judgment, there's no lateral, it's just a group of women wanting to enjoy life, but also wanting to heal and wanting a safe place to be able to do that. I know I get all that from here.
And I'll just come into this message stick that we designed. This grew from one piece of wood that came in, one of the women brought it in, and after 2 sessions of talking in our yarning circle, as soon as any woman holds this stick, that person has the right to speak and everyone listens. And over the 2 weeks that when we first started, this wood had nothing on it. And then we ended up putting all these designs on, and the story actually came from the naming of the women's group, which is Baggarrook, Boolok, which means many women of the dragonflies. and that's a Wurundjeri name that was given to us by Auntie Di Kerr.
I love being there with the women and doing things, and have pastors stick around and have a yarn, and yeah, it's good.
And to be able to heal within that circle, you know, we have a beautiful message stick that really truly is spiritually connected to our ancestors, and you can just feel that, you know, if you can feel that story and that strength. And every time each one of our women have touched that, well, then you feel like, you know, you're getting their strength as you tell your story when it's gone around that table.
It's these centres that provide our culture and our identity, and we're able to share it amongst ourselves. Even if it's a small group, we've shared it.
Any group that I'm attached to, I like to bring in that creative side. So through using art and different types of medium of art to, you know, tell their story and talk about their journey. So we do arts and crafts, we sew, we paint, we're going to do some sculpturing.
It's good to also get involved with things like the activities that Daria runs. You know, like, otherwise I'd just be sitting at home doing nothing. So she's a great role model, and yeah, whatever activities go on, I do.
I look forward more to the outings, you know, that the centre provides, such as the camping days away and that.
You know, it's not even so much about doing the art, it's about that yarning that we have together that I really love. But I noticed too that when the women are actually doing some form of art, that is even more healing as well. That, if, you know, there's been times when, due to lack of funding, that we haven't been able to have the materials, and you could feel the women becoming a little bit flat.
This is the first painting I've ever done. It was hard for me, but as Daria was guiding me along, I found it a bit easier, and I finally got something down to board for a change. Like, I've never ever thought I could do a painting at all.
To have this safe place is so important, because if you go back historically within our culture, you know, our ancestors, there was always a safe place for women, and there was always a safe place for men, and there was a safe place for youth and babies and children.
I have seen people come here with their heads down, would have the message sticker and would just pass it straight across, to now really holding onto that message stick and having their heads held up high and being able to talk up.
I believe that we've created a safe place. It wasn't easy to start off with, and I think anyone that's going to do healing groups or healing places or centres have to be really open to that it's a hard journey, and you've got to be prepared to you know, face what comes in the door and what goes out the door, but it's worth it, because we're seeing the benefits of it. We're seeing women that have been very isolated, have had, you know, no friendships, and come into this group and feel like they're family.
I socialise now, and I've got all these women, these beautiful women, deadly women that actually listen and care and ring you on the phone, and if you had a bad week, you get a phone call from one or two of them or three of them, and they talk to you, and yeah, it's fantastic.
We've all got problems and we're all equal. And yeah, it was a good stick today, very emotional today. So
I've been able to make decisions, what's right for me as an Aboriginal person, and about, you know, how I can work through my cultural journey in a journey that for me is end of life. And that's the stage of my chronic health illness now. And so coming here has been an amazing healing experience for me, because it's a sense of belonging, and it helps me make the right decisions and choices for me.